My name's Joanne. Today I'm going to show you how to use gelatin plates. This is just a 5x7 gelatin plate that I got through Jelly Arts at Amazon. They come in all different sizes and shapes. I have an 18x12 one that I use for big pieces, but for kids, I think this is just the right size. So I'm going to start out by taking my acrylic paint. I'm just going to squirt a little tiny bit on there if it comes out. Oh, that one's stuck. Try a different one. Okay. There. Doesn't take much at all. And then I like to do two colors at once and put them kind of far apart from each other. And then you take your brayer and you just go back and forth so it's covered. There's so many different ways you can print on here. One of my favorite is to take stamps. So I'm going to take my beehive stamp here, stamp it on twice, and then for papers, I like to use Paycon craft paper. It looks like this, it's very thin, and then just lay that on whichever side you want. Rub it down, a circular motion. See, kids can easily do this. And the best part is pulling the print. Okay. And then take the negative space and pull another print. That also helps to clean the plate off. Okay. Now I can keep that on there and add more to it, or I can clean it off. The way to clean it off is you can use hand sanitizer, or I just like these little wipes. You can use baby wipes. Some people just squirt water on it. And all you do is just clean that off, and then I like to dry it with a paper towel. Okay, I'm going to show you my favorite stamps. There's these little radial designs. I think they're just so pretty. I'll show you what that looks like. Let's try blue this time. You can just use one color. You can use more than one color. Just takes a little tiny bit. About the size of a pea. There. Now since I have orange paint on my brayer, I'm just going to rub it off like this. You can also take your wipe and wipe it down. I think this is fine for now. Oh, that's pretty, isn't it? Okay. I like it when you blend the colors together. Okay, and get that on there evenly. And I'm going to use this one this time. I'm just gonna make a pattern here. And this time, I took an envelope and I just pulled it apart, and you could print it on the inside part, or you could print it on the white part. I'm just going to lay this on here and print my envelope on the white part. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? And then I can take and do the other part. And then simply take my glue stick when this is dry and glue it back together. And I've got a really beautiful envelope. Let's see how that goes. So that is one of my very favorite ways to do it. But there's, like I said, there's so many ways. I'm going to show you a couple more things that are kind of fun. And since I've got blue on my brayer, we're just going to stick with blue here today. I can use what's already on my brayer. Add another little dab. I'm going to add a dab of yellow and have a little green in there. And this is a good way to show kids how to mix colors too. Let's go back and forth. And this time, I'm going to use one of these clay rollers. These are great because they have handles on it. You don't get your hands messy. You can also use this type, but it's a little bit messier. So I'm going to show you the stars. Just go back and forth. I might not have enough ink on it, so we'll test a print off on, I'll just go right on top of that negative one there. Yellow, it's hard to see sometimes. Ooh, look at that. And you can layer prints too. So we already have this one. I'm going to take some lime green, 2 little dabs of it, and some bright yellow. That should be about enough. And it's just to go different directions so you cover it. Well, that is a really pretty color. Now what if I would take this roller and just roll it like so, and put that on top of this one. This is a really fun way to get different textures by layering your prints like this. And it dries really fast, so you can keep on layering it. And that's what that turned out. Now I'm going to show you how to use a stencil. Let's add a little red to it. And a little orange on top. So you don't have to clean your plate necessarily every time. If you're making a bunch of prints, you can just keep on going. Well, that's pretty dramatic. Let's see what happens. So I have these stencils. I really like this circular one, so I'm just going to put that down in the middle. And let's try it on this turquoise paper. Rub it really hard. Ooh, isn't that beautiful? I love that. Now, take your stencil off and make another print. It's a way to show positive and negative. Ooh, look at that with all those layers of colors in it. I think that is stunning. Wipe this off and I'm going to show you a couple more things here. So I have a Cricut machine and I lots of times cut out shapes like this, like these in this bag. So what you can do is take your paint. I'm just going to go all blue on this. I'm going to get rid of some of my orange here. So love this color. Get it even as you can, and then you can just take some shapes that you just cut out of. I just cut these out of my Cricut machine. You can just cut them freehand. I'm just going to randomly put them on my plate here. I save every little thing here because you never know when you might need it. Okay, I think that's really pretty good. So I'll take a piece of, this is just glitter construction paper. Just take that glitter construction paper, rub it down, and I like to tell the kids to rub it, making your hand go round and round. And here's our negative shapes. And let's see what happens. They're usually good for only a one-time only use here. Take these off. Especially my little snowflakes. That's okay, I've got a million of these. And I take this off. And you can see the design on there. I'm going to take my other half of my glitter construction paper and rub this on and see if I get my positive. Well, that didn't show up at all. So my next thing to do is leave that on there. A lot of it is just experimenting with it. Sometimes it doesn't work. And then you've learned, well, I won't do that again. I'm just going to put this right over these shapes, and those shapes will be underneath. And then I'm going to take and do this stencil here. And lay that right on there. Pat it down in different places, and I'm going to lift it up this time. And let's see if we get a print now. Da-da-da. Well, you can kind of see it. And what I would do with this is just keep on layering, layering, and layering. Now, let's see. I find objects like, I think there was candy in here. I go, that might be a good thing to print with. So let's try that. I haven't tried it yet. I've had it in my stash for a while, and let's see what red looks like. And let's put a little white on here and see if we can get some pink. That's another way to teach tints. I'm just going to keep that blue on. It kind of looks like Americana here. Okay. Push down. That's kind of interesting. And then I'm just going to take one of my rollers here and roll in between here and see what kind of design we get. And this time I'm going to take, this is greeting cardstock, and maybe to make a background of a greeting card, I can just lay that right down here. And lift it up. And you get a very interesting design. I'm going to clean this off and show you a couple of more things here. And I'll save my favorite for last. Okay, next thing is, let's see, wipe it off with my paper towel. Don't want any of that alcohol on there. I really like this blue, so we're just going to go with this blue here. And you can even use these inexpensive acrylic paints like this. They work fine too. Okay, take my brayer. This is going to be an interesting color with that red underneath. And a fly swatter, which is really fun to do. I have some marble paper here. So we'll try and see what happens when we use the marble paper. Ooh, pretty. Okay, couldn't you see that as a lizard's back or a turtle shell or something like that? And then we'll go ahead and do the negative print. Get all the leftovers on there. And we'll use that as a background for another one. Okay, one more thing. When you use your Cricut, if you have a Cricut or a stencil maker, just save the negative shapes because they can be a great stencil. So let's, since it's hearts, we're gonna go red. Well, that's pink. I looked at the bottom, but pink works great for hearts, so let's go for that. And this pretty red here. And I need to wipe off my brayer. I don't want all that blue on there. And I just simply take my, or you can spray hand sanitizer on it, or if you're really quick, you can use just water. You have to do water right away. Clean up a little bit of my mess here. Okay. Oh, this is going to be really pretty. Okay. And I said I was going to do the hearts. So I'm going to center these so that, okay, that looks pretty good. And let's see, I'll get some of these out of the way here. Let's find some white paper here. Rub it down. Oh, look at that. Couldn't you see that as the front of a card for somebody? And then I lift it up. And what I have left over, we'll just print. Pull that print. Ooh, those are interesting textures, aren't they? Okay, one more, let's see. You can use folded paper, string, lots of, pretty much whatever you can think of to print with. Just show you the string, and then I'm going to show you my favorite thing with Posca pens. And I'm just going to use this because I like the colors that are on here. And you can just make designs. I just have some black yarn here. You can use string, twine, whatever, and just put it on there, whatever, which way you want to make a design. Try some green paper this time. Press it, rub it and press it. And ta-da-ta-da! You could say, oh, it's like a scribble design. What does that look like? I can see a car, and kids can see whatever they want, and they can maybe write a story about it. And I'm going to take my leftovers and put right on top of these hearts. Ooh, I like that. Okay, last thing I'm going to show you today. And then in my next video, I will show you how to use these for a project. So let me wipe this down first. It comes off really easily. If you let it dry, it'll still come off, but not quite as easily. Just going to gently wipe it. And I have my Posca pens here. Put these prints out of the way here. And this is a book that I love. It's called Draw 500 Things from Nature by Eloise Renoff. And I think we'll do these little owls here. And get my book to stay. So I'm just going to take my Posca pens. I'm just going to draw right on the plate. We'll make some cute little owls here. I find that Posca pens really work the best. And then I'll maybe make a little loopy design here. Let's see, let's do a branch. And just make lots of designs on here. And you can just lots of ideas in here if you need ideas, or you can just go on your own. So you want this to dry just a bit. They dry really fast though. And wings on him. I'm just going to do some flowers. And just doodle on here. Okay, then what I'm going to do is right on top of this, I'm going to put the paint. I'm going to use some light colors. Use a little light pink here. And a little light yellow here. Take my brayer. Rub off my extra. Just rub right on top of this. Okay, now I'm going to add another color to it. Oh, this really pretty blue. Just a little bit. Now I'm going to pull a print. This time I'm going to put the print on a canvas. Ta-da! Because I had some areas where I didn't rub hard enough, and that's a good thing to teach kids too. Well, what can I do about that? Well, I can just take my brayer and print some color on it, or I could take a marker. Okay, so now I'm going to take my Posca pens and I'm going to add some more designs on here. Great big flowers. And let's see what happens. I like this yellow. Let's do that. And a little bit of green. Now this is fun. You could just do this all day long. Okay. I still have some green paint over here. See how you get kind of an impressionistic print? So that's how you use Posca pens. So let me show you a couple of things that I have done with jelly prints. Here's a piece that I did called Cow Jumping Over the Moon. These are actually from insides of envelopes. And this is some scrapbook paper, and this is actually tissue paper. This is a jelly print. and the white is actually homemade paper. And here's the cows and the corn. And the corn is all made of jelly prints. The background is a jelly print. The bottom part is a jelly print. And this is inside of an envelope, and this is some homemade paper. This is also a jelly print. And the sheeps are in the meadow. This is a combination of homemade paper, and this is all jelly prints in the background. Just cut up and glued on, and then this is on a piece of wood, and then I actually Mod Podge on top. And I'll show you a bigger one. This is with tissue paper and jelly prints. This is my dragonfly piece. So have fun with jelly prints. Once you start, you won't want to stop though. I'll warn you ahead of time. And stay tuned for my next video.